Good morning, Malacañang Press Corps. Let's now have Presidential or Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, Salvador Panelo. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. MPC members,
MPC questions.
I'm ready if you are with your questions.
Rose Novenario. Microphone, please.
Sir, good morning. Sir, ano na po yung update dun sa yung di ba may nilabas si Presidente na
Before that nga po.
drug matrix?
Before that, I might forget eh. I'd like to thank Governor Dodo Mandanas of Batangas for entertaining us. Happy birthday again. I must commend the Batangas officials. I've never seen such a very clean city. Just like Davao City, napakalinis, hanga-hanga kami. Pati mga sidewalk, ubod na linis, pati doon sa outskirts, napakalinis. Ang galing ng mga opisyal dyan sa Batangas. And the Kapitolyo of Governor Dodo, imposing, beautiful, laki, maganda. Kaya pala labito ng mga tao dyan. Eh. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir, ano na po nangyari?
I was with, by the way, I was with Executive Secretary Bingbong Medaldea. Yes. Now, shoot.
Game na.
Game. Over.
Sir, ano na nangyari dun sa dun sa inimbestigahan ng NBI tungkol sa pagkakasangkot ni Superintendent Eduardo Asierto sa drugs? Di ba naglabas noong October last year si Presidente ng drug matrix? Nakasama si Asierto, si Fajardo, et al. Ano po nangyari dun sa
I
investigation
think that should be
after
addressed to
6
the
months?
NBI director. What happened to their investigation?
Kasi
I've not received any report on that.
Kasi after 5 months, siya pa ngayon yung parang nasa propaganda offensive against the government. Eh, samantalang noong October, siya yung ibinulgar na sangkot sa drugs. Tapos ngayon, parang baliktad yung sitwasyon. Siya yung nag-aakusa ngayon sa isang malapit sa presidente.
But his accusation has been, I think, expressed earlier on. In fact, he did not attend a House probe. That is why PNP chief said that if that is true, the report you're saying, why didn't you do something about it?
So ibig sabihin sir, yung sa kanya, yung pagkakasangkot niya sa drugs, yung accusation sa kanya ng presidente, ano nangyari doon? Ngayon siya na yung nag-aakusa eh.
Let's ask the NBI kung ano nangyari sa kanilang akusa.
Hihilingin niyo sa NBI sir na magsabit ng investigation report?
We will, I think the director is listening, so we will await for his report on the matter.
Thank you.
Okay, Pia.
Pia.
Sir, what was the basis of President Duterte in defending Michael Yang from the allegations that he's involved in drugs? Was it a result of any investigation, sir? Anong pinanghawakan
I
ni President
suppose
Duterte?
the president will not be saying anything without any basis. Also, common sense will tell us that he's not involved. According to the president, Ambassador Zhao slept in the house of Michael Yang. And we all know that Chinese government is against illegal drugs. And the ambassador will never associate himself with anyone involved in drugs.
Pero sir, yung friendship niya with the ambassador, is that enough basis to clear him of any allegations?
Hindi lang friendship. The fact alone that you're an ambassador of China and your government is against illegal drug industry, how can you be associating yourself with somebody you know to be involved in drugs? Obviously, talagang hindi siya involved. Bakit naman siya magkikisama doon?
Pero sir, is the palace aware of any investigation done on the allegations against Michael Yang na nangyari, sir?
I suppose the president will not say anything without any basis.
So he has his own
Of
information.
course.
Thank you, sir.
Raymond Tinasa.
Sir, but considering
Henry.
the seriousness of the allegation of
Henry. Raymond pala, rather.
Asherto. Sir, considering the seriousness of the allegation of Asherto, will you or won't you challenge or urge him to present evidence or proof?
I already said yesterday that if indeed what he was saying is true, he should have filed it when he was still connected with the PIDEA. In fact, that is what the PNP chief is also saying. Why didn't you do something about it if that's true?
So the trust and confidence of the President to Mr. Michael Yang as a special economic advisor remains.
Unless you can show proof that he is involved, the trust and confidence remains.
Thank you, sir.
Rosa Ricos and then Tina Mendez.
Secretary,
Yes.
ayon po kay Asherto, meron po siyang sinabmit na report sa Malacañang, sa dating PNP Chief De La Rosa, as well as sa Senate. Can you confirm this po? Kung nakatanggap nga ng...
I have no personal knowledge of that, whether they have received that. You have to ask PNP chief, the NBI, the PIDEA.
Pero kabilang po ang palasyo sa sinasabing nakatanggap ng report. Galing kay Asherto na nagsasabi po na involved sa drugs itong si Michael Yang.
To whom did he give the report? When?
He said it was given to the palace,
Yeah, palace. Who in the palace received it?
ES, Executive
He said
Secretary
yes.
Medialdea.
I will ask the executive secretary if he did receive one.
Pero sir, how about the allegation na kung may natanggap man ng palasyo ay isinasantabi yun ng Pangulo dahil nga po sa association kay Michael Yang ng Presidente?
Let me repeat what I have repeatedly said previously. This president will not tolerate anyone, regardless of the stature or relationship with him, if he is involved in drugs. He will never allow it. He's against it.
Sir, ang Malacañang po ba ay kilala rin ng mainam si Michael Yang?
Ano yan? Ano yan?
Kilala nyo rin po ba ng mainam yung background niya as
Kung-
Chinese businessman?
Sino?
Si Michael Yang po.
Kung kilala nino.
Kayo po, ang Palace.
Ako, no, I don't know him personally. I just know him that he is from Davao and a businessman.
How about the President? How yung pong Pangulo natin, gaano kakilala
I do
si
not know
Michael
also
Yang?
whether they're friends, very good friends. I know that both of them are from Davao.
So, kino-confirm nyo po yung pagiging malapit sa isa't isa ni Pangulong Duterte at ni Michael
I
Yang?
did say that. I said I know that they're both from Davao. I do not know the extent of their friendship, if there is one, or relationship, if there is any.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Tina Mendez.
Sir, yung PDEA Director General Aquino and I think police officer si General Cascolan confirmed naman that they received a report from Colonel Asherto.
Then the
about
next question is, after receiving the report, what did you do? Dapat saka we have to direct that question to that
to Asherto or
PIDEA,
to Aquino and
Kung if you
Cascolan.
receive a report about the involvement of a certain person involved in illegal drug activity, then we should ask him, what did you do?
Then sir, as a lawyer, ano ang mere association ba with personalities by the president? Does it mean he could be
What do
protecting,
you mean by association? If you see him with, taking pictures with him? Ganun ba yung
taking
association?
pictures, said to be close friends, said to be,
But yeah,
does
the
it make
president
anybody
always
guilty of any wrongdoing
accommodate
also?
anyone who wants to take picture with him. Kung yun lang ang magiging base niya, malabo yun. Like me, for instance, people also ask me to have photo opportunity. I don't even know them. Bibigyan mo na lang. Di ba?
Sir, yung perceived closeness kasi parang nakikitang napoproteksyon na ng sila Michael Yang and another, a certain Alan Lim sa mga alleged illegal activities.
More apparent than real, siguro. Perception lang. Perception can always be wrong. Or usually it's wrong.
Sir, what could be the basis or political or motive of Mr. Asherto? to
Obviously,
hit
the motive is, since he has been accused of involvement in drugs, he wants to get back. That's why he's pointing fingers at whoever.
Okay. Joyce Balancho.
Sec, when you said that the president won't tolerate anyone involved in drugs regardless of the relationship, if, for example, sir, dahil na-confirm na rin ng PNP that they have received a report and mapatunayan later on na involved talaga sa drugs si Michael Yang, paano dapat tratuhin ng gobyerno si Michael Yang?
Then charges will be filed against him if that is validated.
How will the president treat him? Or how will it affect the alleged relationship with the president?
Just like the way he treats other people involved in drugs, he will go to the ends of the earth to put them behind bars. If they resist, under the law, the police officers whose lives are in danger can use violence, lethal violence.
Okay, MPC, questions? Other issue? RJ.
On Michael Yang, sir.
RJ, Michael Yang again.
Yes. Why did the president choose Michael Yang to be his economic
I
advisor?
will ask him.
What qualifications does he have?
I will ask him.
Does not entail close relationship with the president?
I will ask the president the basis of his appointment.
Michael Yang has been there for quite some time as his economic advisor.
That's why I'll ask him nga.
All right. So you have never.
And then I'll share it with you.
Okay.
Still on Michael Yang. Christine.
Sir, you said that probably Asherto wanted to get back because he was accused, he was being linked to illegal drugs. So is the palace taking his accusation seriously, sir?
I think the burden would fall on the law enforcement agencies. If they receive reports on alleged activities of a particular person, then they should do something about it.
But how is the palace treating his allegations, sir?
We're waiting for the validation of any allegation of involvement.
RJ.
You are also an advisor for the president, right, sir?
When my advice is sought, yes.
Yes. You were chosen as a legal advisor for the president.
Intel? No.
Yourself.
It's a legal advisor.
Yeah. So how were you chosen by the president?
Well, let's ask him why. I do not know.
Is it not because of friendship?
No, I was his lawyer.
Mhm.
That could be the reason. I lawyered for him and for his daughter.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, MPC questions? Pia.
Sir, the sister of the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago has issued a statement asking you to withdraw your pronouncement that her appointment to the ICC was valid. She said that you should apologize and that your statement was irresponsible, offensive, and full of malice. It is also immoral and extremely disrespectful, as the late senator cannot argue and defend her belief that the ICC was a legitimate entity and that the Philippines is a
No, I
valid
think
member.
I will apologize for hurting her feelings, but I think she misunderstood what I said yesterday. What I said, if the theory is that we never were under the jurisdiction of the ICC, it goes without saying, as logic, then any appointment to the International Court would be void, if that is the theory. Now, you ask, why was she appointed? Because the theory then was we were under the jurisdiction of the ICC. Then you ask me, why is Justice Pangalanan still there? I don't know. The ICC may have allowed him to stay. But if the theory is we never were under the jurisdiction of the ICC, then the logic will tell you that anything in connection with that will be void, any appointment to the body.
So in short, sir, you will not apologize and you will not
That's
take back
why
your
I'm
statement.
apologizing for for hurting her, but I think the concern and the hurt is misplaced. I am an admirer and a friend of the late Miriam Defensor Sanjar.
Okay, Ace.
Pero, di ba, Sec, ang stand ng Palace is the Philippines was never
Correct.
under the jurisdiction of the ICC. So, given that, categorical, void po ba yung appointment ni Miriam?
That would be the logical consequence of the theory.
So, it's yes.
Ano po bang magiging result nun? Kung walang jurisdiction from the very start.
So,
Di ba?
apparently, hindi niya na-misunderstand yung iyong statement kasi yun naman ang kinagagalit nung kapatid nung late
Kaya nga,
senator.
that's why we're saying na she misunderstood. But, let me say that she was very much qualified to be a justice. She had the credentials. But the problem is, prior to the assumption of the presidency of the president, nobody knew that we were never under the jurisdiction of the ICC. Everybody took for granted that since we signed a treaty, then we were under the jurisdiction of the ICC. But the problem is the Constitution requires that a law, before it becomes enforceable, it has to be published in an official gazette, in a newspaper of general circulation. And the Rome Statute never was published in a newspaper of general circulation, nor published in the official gazette. Okay. That is why the theory of the president, we were never under your jurisdiction.
So there's a claim that your statements were offensive and disrespectful. Do you agree?
It's not offensive. I think it was misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
Yeah.
Hindi rin disrespectful sa the late senator.
I do not think so. But I apologize because she was hurt, because she misunderstood mine.
But you stick to that view.
Yes, because that is the logical
Okay.
consequence of a theory
Okay.
that we had never been under the jurisdiction of the ICC.
Okay. Salamat, Sec.
MPC, questions, Joseph. And then Hannah.
And incidentally, she never assumed the position.
Sir, can I go back to Michael Yang?
Baka maging old na yan. Babalik natin.
Anyway, so aside from the statement that Ambassador Shao slept in his house, right? So therefore, you're saying that the ambassador could not have been...
The ambassador said he will never associate with any person with involvement in drugs.
Okay. Aside from that, sir, what do you think is Michael Yang's involvement in drugs? Does he
I do not
have
know.
any?
I have no personal knowledge about his dealings with anyone.
But you're willing to accept the statement of the Chinese ambassador that he is not involved in drugs.
That's what he said.
So therefore, we believe.
Not necessarily. Well, wait, this is what he said. I mean, I have no personal knowledge whether that is true or not. Well, what I'm just saying, if Asierto is saying that he's involved, then he should have done something at the time he knew of his involvement. Number two, if it's true that he submitted the reports to law enforcement agencies, then they should have done something about it. If they have something about it, what was the result? That's why I'm now asking questions to the people in the law enforcement agency.
But right now, we're not making any determination. The palace is not making any determination as to his involvement.
No, we're precisely waiting for the report.
Okay. You're not going to say that he's not involved, yes? You're not absolving him, in short.
There is an allegation, and let the allegation be processed, investigated, and if there is a validation, then the palace will make a move.
Okay, sir, thanks.
Okay, Hannah.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Morning.
Sir, sabi ng PIDEA may 31 celebrities po daw na involved po sa illegal drugs. Yung list po ba na ito nakarating na sa Pangulo and kung may fresh directives po yung Pangulo regarding po dito sa
Hindi ko
issue?
pa alam yun. I haven't been informed of that officially.
Sir, sakali po kasi may mga artista po sumuporta kay Pangulong Duterte nung tumakbo siya. Ano po sa tingin mo ang maging move ng Pangulo kung masasangkot po yung mga artista na sumuporta sa kanya nakaraang election po? Kung may involvement po sila sa drugs or kasama sila sa talaan po?
Ganun pa rin. He will be thankful for the help, but he will not tolerate their involvement.
MPC questions? No more? No more? Hannah, sige.
Sir, malapit na po yung birthday ng Pangulo. Ano po yung plano ng Pangulo Duterte sa birthday po?
The same celebration. He stays in the house and with the family. Oh, by the way, who's from ABS-CBN here? Why, you know why? Because yung report niyo dun sa DCMM, mali yata eh. Kasi they highlighted yung sinabi ko, yung may magagawa ba tayo? Hindi nila nilalagay hindi nila sinunod yung, what do you want? Declare war? What we can do is to protest. And my final statement is, we will not allow fishermen to be harassed in that area. Pero yung dalawang komentarista nyo ron, binabanatan ako at sinabi ko ron na walang magagawa. Imagine, nag-aabogado daw ako sa kung hindi ba naman. Pero sa ANC, in fairness, ANC, kompleto. Sinabi lahat yung sinabi ko. Siguro ikaw nag-report, kaya yun ang i-highlight. Baka na. Sino nagbigay? Hinighlight, yun ang imagine. Kaya tinext ko yung dalawa. Sabi ko, your problem is you're not reading the entire transcript. Kasi klarong-klaro yung transcript eh. Another thing pala, one more thing. The statement of Justice Carpio. According to him, if the Philippines defaults in payment, then pwedeng makuha yung Reed Bank. Now, Reed Bank is public property. Sa gobyerno yan, di ba? And under the Constitution, pag inalienable property, this is public property, hindi pa pwedeng ibigay yun. Hindi pwedeng ibenta. Pwede mo lang i-lease. Kung patrimonial property. Magiging patrimonial property lang ang isang public property kung merong enabling law saying that pwede yan or may proclamation ng presidente. So, hindi pa pwede yung sinasabi niya. Kasi wala namang deklarasyon na yung RIP Bank is patrimonial property. Number two, that is his ruling in Chavez versus Public States Authority and Amari. Under GR number 133, 250 July 9, 2002, siya mismo, it's Justice Carpio saying that you cannot just convert public property to patrimonial property. So hindi mangyayari yun. Apart from, we never renege. As I said yesterday, we owe, how much? $2.6 billion sa Bataan Nuclear Plant, which we never used, and yet we paid that for 26 years. 26 years ba? Or 30 years. Ito pa, 62 million na gagamitin natin. Chico Dam. So, in either case, yung concern or yung apprehension of Justice Carpio may be, with due respect to him, misplaced. On account of the constitutional provision as well as in lieu of his own ruling in that particular case I cited.
Okay, Joseph.
Can I pick up on your point, sir? Right now, there's no law, there's no presidential proclamation declaring that Reed Bank is patrimonial asset, yes?
Yes.
All right. We've signed a deal with China this year, last year. Can we later on in the future declare what's a presidential proclamation? Halimbawa, that's going to be easy, right? I mean, if need be, if kailangan siya,
Unang-una, you will not do that.
because
Bakit yung gagawin? What will be your purpose in declaring
to
that?
satisfy the provision in the contract.
What do you mean to satisfy?
See, for example,
Unang-una, hindi tayo magdi-default. Another thing nga pala, before I forget.
Dami na.
They're saying, critics are saying that arbitration, di ba? Arbitration comes in and it's one-sided because two of them are members of China. But they're forgetting that under the contract, I read the contract eh. Before you go to arbitration, you have to go to the process of negotiation. Mag-usap muna kayo. If that fails, that's the time you go to arbitration. And assuming that China wins in the arbitration, it cannot be implemented under the contract, under the loan agreement. It has to pass through our courts first. Kailangan may validation ng court natin before that can be enforced.
So going back to my question, so for example, so nasign na natin siya last year, and then can the president declare the Reed Bank as a patrimonial asset? Maybe within the 3 years.
Sabi ko na nga, he will not do that.
He will not.
What will he do? Why will he do that?
If China asks for it,
In the first place, the loan agreement has been signed. There is nothing more to add. Di ba?
Okay. Okay, Ace.
Balikan ko lang yung celebrities sa narco list, Sec, no? So, there are at least 31 celebrities in the list daw. So,
Sino?
how is Malacañang taking this?
Sino?
Yung at least 31 celebrities daw na nasa narco list, how is Malacañang
Eh,
taking
ganun pa rin. Di
this?
ba sinagot ko na yun kanina?
No. Ano yung initial reaction nyo considering that the celebrities are very
We're
popular?
saddened that these people are involved. But we will never tolerate it.
Do we expect the filing of charges against these
If
celebrities?
they have sufficient evidence to back them up in court, then they should.
Okay. Ngayon, yung
And they must.
the Duterte administration has been waging a shame campaign against personalities involved in drugs. Do we expect the release of the names of these celebrities?
I will ask DILG. Was it DILG or PIDEA?
PIDEA.
I think the PIDEA will have to get permission from the president before they can do that.
So, is Malacañang in favor o pag-aralan muna yung release ng names?
I will ask him his position, and then
Okay.
I will issue a statement.
Thank you, Sec.
Okay, MPC, may tanong pa kayo? Okay. Okay, thank you, Rose. Okay, thank you, MPC. Thank you, Chief Presidential
Thank you.
Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo. Back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.